This is big breaking emergency news. The National Guard has been deployed to multiple different states and multiple different cities in anticipation of potentially civil unrest happening in these states and cities. And they're worried that it could happen during or around the election on November 5th. So let's get into all the details here. Really quick, guys, please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on. Multiple different state governors have signed executive orders and have issued and ordered the National Guard to be deployed, all right? And they are worried that there could be some type of civil unrest or potentially even violence that could happen around November 5th, okay? This is happening right now in Washington State. The governor, Jay Inslee, has just declared a situation where the National Guard has to be deployed, signing an executive order, and also the governor of Nevada has deployed the National Guard as well to anticipate any type of problems that could happen during the election on November 5th, all right? And they have been deployed to multiple different cities throughout the state. So they're particularly worried about Portland, Oregon. The governor is mentioning in his order that Portland has already been the subject of multiple things going on during this election. There have been problems with ballot boxes, fires with these boxes, okay? And they're also deploying them to Las Vegas, Nevada, and also Carson City, Nevada as well too. The National Guard are being deployed in anticipation of any type of civil unrest. And the main cities that they are worried about right now are Seattle, Washington, Vancouver, Washington, Carson City, Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, and also Portland, Oregon. So this is what the governor Jay Inslee said of Washington said. It says, Inslee activates some National Guard members to support public safety activities related to the 2024 elections. It says, this is a precautionary measure taken in response to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's nationwide warnings regarding threats to the election infrastructure and other recent activities that have occurred in southwestern Washington. It says the Guard will be on standby for 4 days beginning Monday, November 4th, and ending just after midnight on Thursday, November 7th, 2024. It says, based upon the general, this is a letter that the Washington governor sent to the National Guard in Washington to have them activated. He said, based upon the general and specific information and concerns, so they have specific information as well too, and general information, and concerns regarding the potential for violence or other unlawful activity related to the 2024 general election, I want to ensure we are fully prepared to respond to any potential additional civil unrest of the type described in RCW 3808040 occurring within Washington State leading up to, on, and potentially extending beyond November 5th, 2024, the date of the 2024 general election. All right, so he is saying that they are anticipating, quote, civil unrest and other types of potential violence that could occur in result of the election, before or after the election, right? So they're getting ready for something. Hopefully we don't see anything big like this, but they're getting ready, right? And it says here, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has warned that threats to the election infrastructure in the 2024 election cycle remain high, and the southwest region of Washington State has already experienced specific instances of election-related unrest This is coming from his own website and his own order. It says on October 28, 2024, an incendiary device was set off in a drop box in Vancouver, Washington, damaging or destroying hundreds of ballots, and a similar device targeting a ballot box in Portland, Oregon. And they're saying that they believe this person has welding skills and high welding capabilities and metalworking. And they're also saying that this person was writing political messages on these ballot boxes as well too. All right. And it says here, in response to the situation described above and the potential for further violence and illegal activity, I am directing the Washington National Guard to prepare to provide critical public safety support by activating necessary Washington National Guard personnel in a standby status. In this role, the Washington National Guard will be able to support local law enforcement and the Washington State Patrol as needed. All right, so they're getting ready for something, and they are deploying the Guard in multiple different states. Right, the National Guard. Also here, the Nevada governor is going to activate the National Guard for Election Day as well too. It says that the governor will activate 60 members to be on status and stations in the Nevada National Guard facilities in both Carson City, Nevada, and Las Vegas, Nevada on November 5th. It says, quote, as a first responder, I know firsthand the importance of being prepared, and this decision reflects my commitment to safety and preparedness on Election Day. That's what Governor Lombardo said of Nevada. Also said, quote, one of many proactive steps the state is taking to ensure all possible resources are in place for a timely response to any challenges that arrive. Okay, so he has the National Guard on high alert too, and they are going to be ready for any type of events that could happen on or around Election Day. All right, so hopefully nothing does happen, but we're in a state in our country for some reason where the Guard has to be activated, and they're worried about potential civil unrest. So please just hit it up for me down there to help get these warnings out. I appreciate that, so people know, especially in these certain cities, they're on high alert, and it just helps to get these warnings out. And also let me know too what you think about this situation. Let me know what you think about what's going on here. All right, they're having these ballot boxes being attacked and having fires in them and ballots burned up. Okay, and they also had postal workers losing hundreds of ballots as well too. This was happening in Washington State. United States Postal Service workers were losing hundreds of ballots in Washington as well too. So lots of stuff going on. There's lots of reports coming out of places like Pennsylvania where people are seeing issues, right? They're seeing voting, they're having trouble voting, things like that. So let me know what you're seeing in your state or your area down below. All right, don't get discouraged by these situations or what's going on, all right? But just be aware and be on high alert, be vigilant, especially if you are in these certain states and cities. And we could see something happen after the election too. Once the results are in, we could see potentially certain groups be activated, right? So be on the lookout for that, potentially some type of riots, civil unrest, chaos in these major cities. It could go nationwide too. We could see major cities all throughout the U.S. have this issue, but we've seen stuff like this in Washington before, in Oregon before. We've had these autonomous zones and things like this pop up in the middle of these major cities. So we could see similar events, and we could see certain groups pop up and cause chaos and take over and try to take issue with the election results. All right, so Thank you guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys are stocked up and prepared, right? You don't have to go crazy, but don't be scared. Be prepared. Just be ready and have your tanks filled. Just have your gas tanks filled, water tanks filled. Just have a few things like that just in case anything happens in your city, your state, your area. You're prepared and you can just kind of bug in. You can stay in for a couple days, maybe you might need to. Or if it gets bad enough, you might need to leave. Hopefully we don't see anything like that happen, but just be prepared just in case you need to stay inside for a few days. If it could just be protests, right? It could be riots, civil unrest. They're preparing for it all. Violence, right? Damage to infrastructure, critical infrastructure, they're worried could be targeted. All these different things. So just have your preps ready to go just in case, all right? Hope you guys are staying safe and staying prepared out there. I hope you have big blessings for your life and your family. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.